Okay, this entire video is devoted to not only the downstream injector, but more specifically, the downstream injector orifices. I'm going to talk about where I purchased the orifices, their purpose, how they work, then I'm going to show you how I install the orifice. There are three different orifices that I use. I use the 2.3 orifice, the 2.1 orifice, and the 1.8 orifice. Here's how they work. The 2.3, 2.1, and 1.8 stand for millimeters, so that's 2.3 millimeters. The larger the millimeter, the larger the diameter or circumference of the hole, the more flow of water that's introduced through the injector, allowing more water to dilute the solution. There's this misnomer that if I use a 2.1 injector or a 1.8 injector, that I'm going to save chemical. Well, that's a misnomer. That's not true. The injector is going to shoot the same amount of chemical, or shall we say, the injector is going to distribute the same amount of chemical. What the orifice does is it increases the amount of water that is deployed through the injector. So if you're shooting a 2.3 injector, 2.3 millimeters, as opposed to a 1.8 millimeter, then you're going to shoot that much more water through the injector, thus diluting the solution all the more. In the hot months, I use a 2.3 orifice, which is what I have in the injector at the moment. Now that we are in the 30s, low 40s, I want to shoot a hotter mix. Today I'm going to switch from the 2.3 injector to the 1.8 injector simply by changing the orifice. Now there are four components to a downstream injector, minus the injector itself. You have the ball, the spring, and the O-ring. All three of those can wear out over time. You can buy repair kits, which will include a spring, a ball, and 2 O-rings from Russ Johnson at Southside Equipment. This is also where I get the stainless injector. The stainless injector in 2023 is around $25. The repair kit is around $5. You may as well just buy a couple of repair kits. You only have to buy one downstream injector. I will also say that I purchase at least 2 of these, and I keep an extra or a backup in my box so that when I get to a job site, if something happens to my downstream injector, a spring breaks, the orifice cracks, something of that nature, then I never have to repair the downstream injector in the field. I simply change out the injector very, very quickly, have everything put together. It takes less than a minute, and then I will repair that downstream injector when I get home, use that one as a backup. The orifices are probably around $2.50 a piece. I'm guessing at that. I buy them at about 10 at a time. I buy a pack of 10 of the 2.3, the 2.1s, and the 1.8. Again, you can buy those from Russ Johnson, Southside Equipment. Call him up and ask for everything all at the same time, and he'll take care of you. So here's how I'm going to change out the orifice in my downstream injector. Keep in mind that the orifices is on the input side of the injector. So this is the output side. Obviously, it's going to go through the bypass this way. This is the input side. So I'm simply going to remove the bypass hose, and because this is vertical, I struggle to get the orifice to stick to the number 4 Allen key wrench. We'll see if it'll stick. Usually it does not. It did not. So I'm simply going to remove the injector, and I'll find my orifice in my hand. Put the injector back, And I want to show you very quickly the difference between the 2.3 injector, you see the diameter of that hole, the 2.1 injector. So very quickly I want to show you the difference between the 2.3 orifices. You can see the diameter of that hole, then the 2.1 orifice, and then finally the 1.8. If you can't tell a difference, it's because the difference is so minute. But in short, the 1.8 injector would be for a 2 to 3 gallon a minute machine. The 2.1 orifice would be for a 4 to 6 gallon a minute machine. Then the 2.3 orifice would be for a larger machine. However, as a rule of thumb, I will use a 1.8 orifice on my 8 gallon a minute machine. They actually make a 1.5, but that means that the hole would be so small, and trying to push that much water through a 1.5 injector likely would cause damage to the pump, and it might even send water back into the pump. So with my 10 gallon a minute machine, the smallest orifice that I will use is a 2.1. I just don't want to introduce the opportunity to harm the pump in any way. So the orifice that I have in my hand is the one that I just removed from the downstream injector. I'm going to put that to the side. It's perfectly fine. I'm now going to use a 1.8 downstream injector. I'm going to put that on my Allen key wrench, put that back in there, tighten it down, and I'm good to go. So instead of buying multiple downstream injectors, you can simply buy one downstream injector with multiple orifices, because that's what's going to go bad. And by the way, those 4 elements, the ball, the spring, the O-ring, and the orifice, can go bad. And over time, that orifice will enlarge. The hole will get larger, and you'll find that you're on the job site and you just can't figure out why you can't draw chemical. Everything is working, but for some reason you can't draw chemical. It's very likely the orifice is either cracked or it has enlarged itself with the flow of water over time. So I'm sure that I didn't cover everything. Feel free to ask questions, but that is the breakdown of a downstream injector. And again, this is the stainless injector with stainless. Jeremy Messer, come on buddy, I got things to do. Let's talk to Jeremy. Hey buddy.
Hey Mike.
How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm sorry I missed your text.
Well, you know what? I really need you to focus. I need you to be all about me, and let's put on our A game, if you would please.
I'm better, I promise.
So I actually have you on camera at the moment. I'm making a video. I have you on my GoPro, and we're discussing downstream injectors. Is there anything that you'd like to say to the Fresh Rinse audience?
You know, Mike, I just can't say enough good things about Mike. Such a wonderful, loving, caring guy who
Wow.
wants to see everyone succeed and do well in life and in business.
You know, I have a feeling you're only saying that because it's true.
I mean, it is true.
Okay.
And you can go ahead and Venmo when we get off the phone.
Absolutely. I'll send your money. So your company is Kentucky say it again.
Kentucky Wash Pros.
Kentucky Wash Pros. I got it backwards. While I've got you on the phone, your channel is Kentucky Wash Pros as well, correct?
That's right.
All right. I'll call you back in just a few minutes, buddy.
Okay, buddy.
Bye. What a loser. Okay, so again, stainless steel injector, stainless steel orifice, stainless steel ball, stainless steel spring, and then the kit comes with 2 O-rings as well. So that is Southside Equipment in Kentucky. Look them up, order all your supplies from them. All right, there you have it, downstream injector breakdown. My name's Mike, they call me the Fresh Rinse, and I'm out.